Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a payday routine. This is going to be for paycheck number 2 of January 2025. I did already get one paycheck this month. I did not film me allocating the funds for that paycheck, but it'll be pretty similar to this paycheck here. So I just decided to only film one because this month is actually a 3 paycheck month. So I'm going to film paycheck 2 and then I'll show you what I do with my extra paycheck for the month as well. Fifi, go lay here. It's warm. I set my heated blanket up back there, so hopefully she will lay on it because she loves the heated blanket. And I was hoping she would leave me alone for this video, but I don't think that's going to happen based on her current actions. She wants to be all up in my business, I guess. Okay, so I remade a budget, as you saw probably in the last video, which was for my 2025 budget, and I remade the little template for that. And it's all the same. I keep saying I'm gonna make this look better, which at some point I will, but right now it's just not a priority. I need to go in and first of all break down all of my spending, so putting in all of my transactions, because that's what I usually do first. I have been using the Buddy app on my phone for quite some time now, but a finance YouTuber that I watch, he has a podcast kind of show thing on YouTube, Caleb Hammer. He just came out with a budgeting app. So I was messing around with that yesterday and just kind of seeing what that's all about. It's called Simpler Budget and they literally just released it. So they're still working out the bugs and everything for it. But I like the aesthetic of it and how it looks and everything. There's obviously a paid version that you can do a monthly subscription type thing, and I'm not going to spend money on a budgeting app right now. Maybe sometime in the future, but it's not in the budget for me right now. And the monthly subscription is $15, which is kind of high. I get there's things that go into all of the things you get with that and having to pay all of his employees and everything, but for me $15 is not in the budget to spend every month. It doesn't make sense for me financially right now, so I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm just going to use the free features and maybe see how I like it, see what I like better. The one thing is that whenever you make a budget, unless I'm just not using it right, on my Buddy app I can put in the income that I make, so my budgeted income, and then when I'm making my budget it kind of shows me how much money I have left over, whereas with this budget it just has me put in categories and there's no limit, and then once you make your budget it shows you how much you've spent of that budget. So I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of like to see how much money I have left over overall, which Buddy does a really good job with that. So I'll just kind of show you what this looks like on here. So this is the Simpler Budget app and it looks like this right now, and it shows all the categories that I budgeted for. It does not show the categories I didn't budget for that I spent in. So that also is something about it that I don't know. For the Buddy app it will show me. So if I go to the Buddy app and I go to budget, let's see. So when I budgeted, I just keep my budget monthly the same. So my income amount on here that's budgeted out is my normal amount, but still you can kind of see with this. So when you make your plan on there, it shows you my budget is $40 over my income. Right there it shows that it's $40 over my income. And then when you go to how much you have remaining, this shows you how much that you spent so far that you have remaining in your budget, if that makes sense. So when you're making your plan, it takes into account your income and it tells you when you have gone over that amount. And also kind of breaks it up and shows you debt and savings, medical, lifestyle. So that's nice of it too. That's kind of the difference there. So I have a feeling I'll probably keep using the Buddy budgeting app for now. And maybe in the future I'll try out a free trial of the month and see if it makes it a better experience and if it's worth like spending the money on in the future. But that is kind of where I am right now with that. But that's just a little tidbit about my budgeting. Okay, so now that I've rambled about that for a while, let's go in and look at my spending breakdown and see all of my transactions. I feel like I haven't been spending that much money recently, so let's see how that is going. So let me screen record here, and like I said, this is a 3 paycheck month, so I do have like my, hang on, let me record. So my budgeted like income is higher than normal because I budgeted for like a 3 paycheck, whatever. So let's come over to my spending breakdown over here. So I've been doing this new system. I haven't worked out like the kinks of it yet, but I've been coloring them in once I move them over to like my budget part. So that's kind of something I've been playing around with. I've just been messing with like different features to see if I do end up making some sort of like better template, what kind of features I want to use with it. So that is what I currently have on here. So I'm going to go through my Buddy app and just make sure everything on here lines up so far, and it looks like it does so far. Now I'm gonna add in some more things, and then I will go through all of my like checking account, credit card, all those things to make sure there isn't more spending that I did not cover yet. I'm just putting these in here because I just covered for my sister for a few things. So I'll put those in, and then I think that is all. But let's just take a look-see here to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. That is all of the spending so far. And right now it is January 18th. So this list is pretty small, I feel like, compared to what I normally have. So let me make sure, oh, I don't have a sum. So let's go ahead and total this up down here. We'll put total down here equals sum of, and we'll just kind of drag this all the way down to here. $2,196.60. So this like spending breakdown, it has like all of my transactions, like as in what I'm spending on necessities, non-necessities, and also debt payoff. It does not have any of my savings. It also has like anything I put to Roth IRA, which I don't believe, I could be wrong actually, maybe I did put some to my Roth IRA. No, I haven't put any to my Roth IRA this month, I don't think. Let me double check in my banking account, but I'm almost positive. Yeah, nothing to my Roth IRA this month yet. So that is current spending going on. Now I need to go ahead and figure out where I'm gonna put these at. So my dinner stuff I've been putting under groceries, since my groceries are so low that I can usually put like eating out type things under there too. So I'm just putting that under there. I know it's not good because technically like my spending could be even lower than if I didn't get food from places or whatever, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. I feel like I'm doing pretty good that right now I don't need to be so hard on myself about that. There's bigger worries in life, so I'm fine with that right now. Okay, we know that therapy is going to go over to medical, so let's go ahead and put that over here. Oh cool, we have nothing in medical right now. That's nice. Usually I feel like that's a high category. I will have one medical bill coming out at the end of the month, so I'll have that. And then I have some other bills I'm assuming will be due beginning of next month, so there might be more coming up. But that is pretty good for right now. I need to pick a color for this. What about this red? That's a different red. We'll do that. Okay, and actually no, I'll pick a blue. I don't like that. Okay, we did blue. And then these I'm gonna put under, did I put this under miscellaneous maybe? It's kind of like gift miscellaneous kind of thing. Okay, and we will make those the same color as this. So everything is accounted for. Let's just make sure everything is totaled up here. So we have the sum of all that. Let's make this 0. We have, let's just put in a value for these for now, just so I know that they're at 0. This should be the sum of those, perfect. This should be the sum of those, perfect. And this is that minus that, wait, hang on. That is that minus this plus, we forgot one. We need to add in, there we go, negative 15. Whoops, oh well. Then this says we're in the negative, but that's not currently correct. So it'd be this minus this, this, and this. But I need to add in my second paycheck. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll look what that was real quick. Okay. So that is put in there now, so that should change to a positive amount. Perfect. Coming over to my paycheck amount, coming over to my paycheck template now, we're going to plug in the spending that we have to spend here. So I did the math on my spending account because now I have put in here like my necessity spending plus my minimum loan payments. So all of that is calculated and then divided by 2. And that is what I pull from each paycheck because that is money that I know needs spent. If you're new to how I budget, I kind of do like a 1 month ahead thing. So all of my paychecks I get in January, I take the money I need for necessity spending for February and save that and then move it over at the beginning of February. That's kind of how I do it. It's just better for my brain and stress levels and everything. I like to be kind of 1 month ahead in a way. So for that, like a 1 month ahead account, I need to take $1,125 from each paycheck and move it over. So that's what I'm going to do, $1,125. And this money will just sit in my SoFi account, which is the money that my paychecks go into, until I am ready to move it over. Usually towards the end of January or like right at the beginning of February is when I'll do that. End of the month, beginning of the next month. So that leaves us with $549.39 to allocate somewhere. So I'm going to put most of it to my loan and then the rest will go to probably savings. So right now I'm going to put $500 to my loan and then we'll put the rest to car savings fund, $49.39. Okay, so this is a pretty simple little paycheck breakdown here. It's not very complicated at all. So $1,125 of that, I'm not touching it all. It just stays in that SoFi account for now. But we do need to move over $49.39 to my car savings sinking fund. And then the rest of that will be $500 that will go to making an extra payment on my loan. So let's go ahead and move this money around. We're gonna take $49.39 and move that over to my SoFi savings account and into my car sinking fund. So let's see here. I'm gonna transfer $49.39 from SoFi checking to SoFi savings, but specifically car. And slide to confirm and done. Money is moved over there. Now we are going to go and make another payment to my loan. So my loans are also through SoFi. Obviously they have like different people you pay to or whatever, but I am getting closer and closer to paying off this loan that I've had the goal of paying off by May. I think was my original goal, was to have it paid off by May, and I am getting closer and closer to that. It's getting super exciting as I'm seeing the finish line. It feels like I could just like pay it all off right now because it seems like such a small amount of money compared to where it started. I cannot do that, but this, it's just it's so exciting. So the current balance right now is $2,697.23. So exciting. I'm going to go to the payment tool and hit make a payment. Gonna make sure I select that loan. And this loan that I've been paying off, again, if you're new, is my highest interest loan. It's close, just about at 8%, and it started at, I can't even remember the total. It was like 20,000 something, I want to say. It's a 5-year loan and the minimum monthlies were going to be insane. So I did my best to pay it down so much before the monthly payments started. Got the minimum monthly payments down to $195.61. And now my goal is to have it completely gone before I start to have to pay more bills, because right now I'm in a very privileged situation where I do not have to pay any bills besides obviously like the ones that I show in this budget and my loans and everything, but I don't have to pay rent or anything like that until probably July is the plan right now, maybe a little bit sooner, but that's the current plan. So I'm going to go ahead and put $500 in here to go towards this loan. And for my last paycheck, since I did not film that, I when I allocated the funds, I put $450 to it. So now I'm putting $500 to it, and we still have one more paycheck this month. So that is super exciting. Let me go ahead and go to the payment review and submit this. Okay, now if we go back to my account here, I'm gonna do the math of what the total will be at after that payment. So we just put 500 to it, so it'll be at $2,197.23. That's so exciting to think about how it's going to be below 2,000 the next time I make a payment. That's so exciting. Let's come back to this budgeting tool here, and we are going to add in on my Buddy app those things that we just did. Well, just the extra payment to my loan. So let me go into the Buddy app and put in there that we put $500 to that loan. So $500 to the student loan, SoFi loan, extra payment. I just like to put that in the notes so that I know that was today, and that is taken care of. Now we need to, I guess I'll also add it in that other app. I've been using the just payments category on here, payments, and today. So that's in there. And also did on here, they have like a transfer out option. So I'm going to put in there that we transferred out 49. It's not really transferring out. It's like just transferring it somewhere else, but I'm just going to put it as that 49.39 to car savings. Now we look at the overview. Okie dokie, now let's add it in. We'll come over to spending breakdown and we'll put SoFi loan $500. Let's add that over here to my extra loan payments plus this one. So we're at $9,050. Turn this blue. And then I don't add my savings over there, but I will put it over here. So that would be $49.39. Okay, so we allocated all the funds. We put in all of my spending over here. I am not going to update my debts yet. We're going to wait till either my next payday routine video or my end of month. We'll see what I decide to do, but I just want to kind of check in with how things are looking. We spent $2,696.60. That includes all necessities and debt payoff and everything. And we've had 2 of our 3 paychecks so far this month. And I just want to check in with all of my categories over here. So in my categories, we have groceries. We're doing really well. I haven't actually gone grocery shopping at all. I have just gotten 2 out to eat things, honestly, and one of those was paid back. I just put it in here. So anytime I have any spending, I put it in here. If it's paid back, I put it in my income category. That's why my income category is so long, because I have like any sources of income that I actually have. I put a Venmo category, which is like if somebody pays me back for something. I have like a cash deposit category, which is like if I have cash that kind of builds up from gifts or whatever. If someone pays me back in cash, then I once in a while will just make a cash deposit, which I did that in this month. And I'm trying to think what else I have in there. Oh, my FSA, if that pays for therapy, I will put therapy in my spending category, but then mark that HSA, or not HSA, FSA paid for it, and I'll put that as like an income, just so I can see how much I'm spending and then mark that it was credited in a way. But I do that because I want to see like how much it actually costs me, even though FSA is paying for it, but it won't pay for it forever because the FSA amount will eventually run out. So that's what I just like to do right now. So let's look at this. So I'm going to say groceries is pretty good. I don't think I'm going to go over on this month, to be honest. Gas and transportation is already over because I have gas in here, and then also I got new windshield wipers. That was pretty expensive. That is not a normal monthly cost, and I don't normally spend my full gas and transportation amount, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm usually under every month, so I'm going to be over this month. That's just how it is. Hopefully I'm under on other categories, so it ends up adding up fine. Here is my TP fund. That is like other necessities like household things, makeup, skincare, feminine products, anything like that. I don't think I'm going to need to get anything this month for that, so that'll kind of help buffer my gas and everything. Therapy and medical. I have only had one therapy session this month so far. I do have one next week, and let me see. I might have probably 2 more is what I would kind of assume. So that'll be another $128. But I need to check my FSA balance because I feel like I've been using it a lot, so I need to see how much more I have left on there. I just keep forgetting to do that. But again, still going to be under budget there. And also I have another minimum monthly payment that one of my medical bills is on, so that'll be like $99, I think. That'll come out at the end of the month. I have another bill that I'm waiting to make sure it fully goes through insurance before I pay that. It's not due or anything yet, so that may start to get paid this month. We will see. And then again, I don't think I'm going to be over on that unless some crazy medical bill comes out this month. I think I'll be okay. I did have one medical procedure this month, but you know, if you know anything about medical bills, they take a little bit to process and come out. So I'm thinking I'm not going to end up getting that bill till probably next month would be my guess, if not later. That one may be expensive because it was done at the beginning of the year. I doubt I know I didn't hit my deductible yet, so I don't really know what the situation's going to be for that, but it was a necessary test because I ended up getting actual like positive results and a diagnosis from it, so it was actually needed after all of these tests. So that one we will deal with when it comes. And the good thing about medical bills is most of them you can, I think all of them, either you can easily go online and do it, or you call them and you can set up monthly payments that are usually interest free. So that is the nice thing about medical bills. So we will deal with that when the time comes. And then also we have my loans. I kind of budget a little bit over the amounts just because I like to make it even numbers. So I budget $1,300. My minimum monthly is $1,270.30. So obviously not going to be putting any more to minimum monthly, because if I put any more, that'll go into my extra loan payment category. My stomach will not stop growling. And the last category that I ended up having to add here is a work category. And I think I might leave this on here every month. I'm not going to budget anything because most anything that I spend at work is actually for like continuing education, and I can get most of those refunded. So I just have that in here right now, $129. I paid for a membership for some continuing education courses, and that will be refunded by my boss once I submit the receipt to him. So that's just in here for now in case I don't get refunded this month. I just want to track all of my spending just so I also get an idea of like how much do I end up spending on a yearly basis. I can kind of go back and see these categories to help me figure that out. Okay, so that brings us to the total spots right here. I have budgeted out $2,250, and even though I'm like super under a couple categories, I'm over in one of them, and then another one I didn't have anything budgeted for that I spent money in. So that brings that to $1,586. So I have another like $750-ish. That's a very rough estimate to spend. So hopefully I can keep it under that for the rest of this month. I don't see any crazy expenses coming up. I may be buying, actually that's not even in this category, but I mean, maybe groceries, whatever. We'll see. Now down to the fun miscellaneous category. I kind of wanted to separate this so I had a better idea of it. I talked about in my beginning of this year kind of finance video that I'm going to start budgeting at least $15 for like a fun spending. So I have something budgeted in here rather than me just spending willy-nilly, and $15 is that amount that I put in there. I have not spent any fun money yet this month. That would basically be yarn is what I'd be spending that on, and I have not bought any yarn. I've been kind of on a yarn buying ban because I have so much yarn right now, but I will be probably buying some yarn this month because I have a couple orders from friends and family and such, and I will need to get yarn for those. So that is something that I will be probably purchasing this month. It's probably going to be more than $15, but the idea is that I will be getting money back in return, more than what I spend on the yarn, hopefully. So we'll see if that happens this month. Obviously we'll check in at my next payday and at the end of the month to see what's going on there. And then miscellaneous category, everything in this category is basically gifts. So it's like a gift for a coworker, and then money that I spotted for my sister I just put in the gift category. So all that's in here. $95 of this has been kind of credited, which is in my income category. So I don't know. it looks like it's a lot more than I guess it actually is. I'm so sorry if you can hear my stomach with this microphone. My stomach is growling. I haven't had breakfast yet, and I plan on doing that once I wrap this up. So ignore that if you can. Let's come down to my budget in actual spending for savings and debt. So right now I have budgeted $2,250, and what I've put so far is $950 for extra loan payments. That means I would need to put another $1,300 to extra loan payment. So that would basically be the majority of my next paycheck, basically almost the whole paycheck. So we'll see if I can manage that. What I end up doing, we'll see in my next payday routine what I do with my third paycheck of the month. And then I also have in here to contribute to Roth IRA. I don't know if I'll be doing that just because I don't know what makes sense for me. I feel like paying off the higher interest debt makes more sense than contributing to that. We can play catch up later on maybe, but yeah. And then savings for a car, savings for emergency fund. So again, we'll see what I end up doing with that extra paycheck for the month. I have no idea what the heck this is over here. And right now it says we have $857.78 left over. Sometimes it says that. I don't really even take that into consideration because of the way I budget is like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. So I definitely don't want that to be in the negative, but it just kind of gives an idea of everything here. So right now my categories are looking like this. We have 42.84% to necessities, debt and savings 29.68, fun 3.48. Fun is fun and miscellaneous. So, and then leftover 23 and 16. 0.16. So that about wraps up my payday routine for paycheck number 2 of January. Like I said, I will be doing another payday routine for my extra third paycheck for January that I don't have any like budgeted money I have to take out of it, so I can do whatever I want with it. So I'm excited to show you guys what I choose to do with that extra paycheck this month. So stay tuned for that video to see what all good things I get to do with that extra paycheck. I'm very excited about it. I'm making really good progress on this loan, which is also exciting. Yeah, it's just gonna be like weight off my shoulders once this one loan is paid off. And I think I might do a whole check-in video on my debt payoff journey so far. So stay tuned for that as well. If you did enjoy this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what kind of budgeting style you do or what you feel about my budgeting style. I know it's a little bit different. People have different opinions on it, I'm sure. So go ahead and share down below either your budgeting tips or, like I said, kind of what you feel about this budgeting style. It's a little bit different, but it works for me. If you do decide to stick around and subscribe, then I will see you in my next video. Bye. That was a weird wave.